So, good evening, Ma'am MJ. So now I'll explain my code, which is the activity for of um, activity for employee payroll calculator. So first I have a array, a multi-dimensional array, or the associative array of employees, which has a key, which has a multiple key, a name, position, days work, daily rate, deduction, and their value, which is Juan de la Cruz, software engineer. Days work 20, daily rate is 1,500, and deduction is 200, and followed by this one, the Maria Santos and the Pedro Reyes, which is UI designer and the project manager. So this one, the first function is to find or to calculate the gross pay. So basically, this is a first I will read the function first. So the first is function that calculate gross pay with a parameter of days work and daily rate, which has a statement return of days work multiply by the daily rate. Daily rate. So basically, it is a total earnings before deduction. So by multiplying the number of days work and then the daily rate and number of days worked by their daily rate. And then second, the function is the function calculate net play and net pay with a parameter of gross pay and deduction. So it which is as a statement return gross pay deduct subtracting to deduction. So basically, it means it will calculate the net pay basically, and then the amount they take after deduction. So probably the days they work, uh, the days they the days they work and their daily date multiply the subtract the deduction from their gross pay. So that is the second function, which is the calculate net pay. And then the third one is the function calculate format name. So basically, this is for uh, format the employee's name into title case. So like for example, this one, it is a lowercase, but in this one, it's uppercase. That's because of this function, the format name, which has a statement return of using words with a str to lower and a parameter of name. And this one, the fourth function, which is to find the highest net pay. So basically, the this one or this loop, I will read first. So function with a find highest net pay with a parameter of employees, highest equals to null and highest net pay equals to 0. So for each employees as emp and a gross equals to calculate gross pay, which is this one is the function. I just call it with an emp with days work and the emp and daily rate, and then the net also which is equals to calculate net pay, which is this gross pay. Yeah, the net pay or the net it has a gross variable of gross and a amp with a deduction. So F net is greater than highest net P. The highest net P equals to net variable net, and the highest equals to amp. And this one, the highest net P equals to highest net P, which has also a return statement, which it will return the value of the highest. So basically, yeah, this block of code is to find the highest net pay. So basically, it loops through the array of employees, and then it will calculate the net pay for each one because of this parameter of array parameter which is the employees, and then if it will compare the net pay of each employee to find the highest net pay. And then the second, this one, the uh function this one, the function total payroll with a parameter of employees. So this one, it will this function is the total payroll cost basically. So total equals to 0 for each with a parameter of uh yeah, employees as with a gross calculated gross pay, and no, sorry. So yeah, that's gross equals to calculate gross pay, which is it is a function with an M plus work and the daily rate, and the net equals to calculate net pay is also a function and with a variable gross and deduction. So it has a it, so total plus equals net. So basically the total is equals to 0, and then which it has a return statement with a variable of total. So basically it will calculate the total payroll cost by summing the total by summing the net pay of all employees, and it will add to the total, which is the total is equals to 0. And then this one, the use sort, basically this is for sorting the employees in a descending order. So basically so first the use sort, which has a employees and a function a variable of a and b, which is it has a gross a and net b. So gross a is calculated gross pay, which is a variable a is the day's work and daily rate, and the net a calculate net pay is also function with a gross a and um the variable and the deduction, and also the gross b, the calculated gross pay, days work and daily rate, and the net b, the calculate net pay with the variable gross and then the reduction. And this one, it has a return statement with a variable net b uh, with an operation called spaceship. Yeah, I think spaceship. Yeah, spaceship operator. And then return statement net b spaceship to net a, variable net a. So basically, the operator the operator spaceship is like particularly used for sorting and custom comparison order, something like that. Yeah. so the so this block of code is for sorting the employees. Yeah, sorting the employees and descending order. So basically highest to lowest. And then I have a doc type HTML, which is the purpose of this one is to like the put a table, or I'm gonna yeah put table and like this one. So big English. Yeah. So the first title is payroll with a style of body font family Arial and sans serif margin with 20 pixels. A table with border collapse, a collapse with 80% and a margin auto. THDD border 1 pixel solid with a padding of 8 pixels and 12 pixels. Meta text align center and a TH background color and a child even background color, and header 2 or H2 text align center. And lastly, the summary with a 80% margin, 20 pixels, font size 1.1 MB. So the body, the first is the employee payroll, the header 2 is just this one. So it uh, in the center because yeah, um because of this one, the text align center. And then the table, inside the table, it has name, position, days work, daily rate, gross pay, deduction, and net play. Basically, this is the one. And then this is for displaying the employees' data to table. So for each employees as emp, so gross calculate gross pay with emp days work and emp daily rate. Net equals to calculate net pay, which is has gross and an emp deduction. So echo, this part is it will this for the displaying the data inside the table. So basically TD, the first table, which is the name, it will put the format name or the name of the employee, which is I have a function there, the format name, which is to uh, format name the uh, employee, which is two title case like this one, uppercase the first letter of the name. Yeah. And then this one, the second, the position with a variable of amp, the day's work with a variable of amp also. So the position is the like this one, the project manager and the day's work. And this one it's yeah, the day's work. And then also the number format, the daily rate, which is this one. So the purpose of this number two here is for like the format for net pay, which is two decimals. That is basically the purpose of number two. And then followed by the gross pay, the deduction, and lastly the net pay. So I use a strong strong element in order to bold the integer or the number of the net pay. Then that is the table. And then the highest equals for this one, the find highest employees echo div summary. So basically this is the one, the highest net pay. The class summary with this element strong and the format name which is the highest, the name first and then the net pay, and also as a number two is his decimal. And then this one, the second is the total payroll cost with the number format also, and then the total payroll, and then the employee with a two decimal format also. So basically, that is the code, and then this is the output. So basically, that's all, mom. Thank you.